Hey guys, I am Dimension Jumper and today I'll be reviewing the LEGO Guardians of the Galaxy 2 level, which was released back on the 19th of December of 2017 for LEGO Marvel Super Heroes 2. Now, this is the first of 6 levels for the game, or 6 DLC levels for the game, and this level is similar to the Ant-Man level and the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. level in LEGO Marvel's Avengers, in that the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 level takes a bit from the movie, but turns it into a level. And this being the very beginning of the game, or not the game, the second movie, in which the Guardians are basically fighting off against this giant interdimensional squid thing, because it wanted to take some of the batteries from the Sovereign. And this level is, I would say, one of my favorite ones I like to play through, because it's a level from the MCU and it's from the Guardians films, so it's really fun. And I do like how it has like you starting off the level as Baby Groot and just him jamming out to Mr. Blue Sky. And yeah, and you can play as all the Guardians, and they do have their own or their own unique ways of fighting the squid monster. Like you've got both Star-Lord and Rocket in the air with their jetpacks on, firing guns at it. Then you've got Baby Groot, as I said before. He's not really into the fighting because he's just jamming out. And then you've got both Gamora and Drax, where they're on the ground and they're just trying to like hack and slash at the monster. And yeah, I do like the different ways you have to fight it, because the main way you want to try and make it take damage is firing at a target every time it does a sort of like raw attack, and then just use like some of the elements on the arena to try and help you. And yeah, and I think one of the things that I think I'm not a huge fan of is Mr. Blue Sky being on repeat. It's a good song, I do enjoy it. I just think it being on repeat can get a bit annoying after like the second or third go or the second or third repeat of the song. It's a good song. I think once or twice is probably enough, and there's a way you can stop the music. I think if you use Doctor Strange's powers on it, or when you're on free play, you can stop the music, but it's just that one song on repeat. It's fine, but I think it just gets boring after a while. But yeah, and now I'm going to show you some gameplay. So the level opens up similar to how the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 opens up, with Groot trying to connect the power cables to the speakers so that the song plays. And the reason the gameplay is muted is because they use Mr. Blue Sky. And if I did do what I normally did, was that being using like playing the game while commentating over it side by side, I'll probably get copyrighted. So yeah, that's why I'm doing this instead of doing what I normally do. And yeah, it's really fun, and I do like how you can play as the characters. So like you can play as Groot, but not really. He just like kind of like dances from back to front, and then you can switch between the different Guardians, so Rocket, Gamora, Star-Lord, and Drax. And this level is quite simple. Just fight the giant squid monster for a bit, for like 5 minutes or so, and then just that's just the level. And it's kind of similar-ish to from the bit that the game's from, or the level's from. And yeah, it's quite fun, and I do like how you can use the Guardians like for different parts. So like you can use either Gamora, Rocket, or Quill to hit the main target, because they've all got guns. And I think it's easier with Star-Lord or Rocket, because they both can fly in this level. And then for this part of the level, you can build one of those control pod thingies that the Sovereign use in the movie, and this is another one that's like that does use like the Guardians or use the Guardians' abilities, that being Rocket. And yeah, for this one, because Rocket is the more mechanic tactician, not tactician, I would say the more of the builder, I would say of the group, because he's the one who's building a bunch of the weapons and stuff and stuff like that. So yeah, so you have to use Rocket to build the controls for the pod, and yeah, I'd say it's fun. I think the pod is useful because it does this thing of just draining the bar of the space squid quickly, because this is the bit where you have to like drain the health bar of the squid. And yeah, and you can also use this to save Stan Lee, and which is fun. I always do enjoy the Stan Lee cameos in the Lego games or in the Lego Marvel games. And yeah, the arena is quite fun. I think it's one of those like nice arenas that's is the right size in terms of like how a boss battle should be done. It's when you compare it to something like the Venom level or the 2099 level in the base game of Lego Marvel 2. I think that with that particular boss arena, it's a bit too large, and it can get quite confusing sometimes. But with this boss fight arena, it's all right. I think it's the right size for the boss fight, and I do enjoy it. In terms of how it can use the Guardians to your advantage when it comes to like the abilities or whatever of the weapons that they're using, stuff like that. And yeah, so that's been it for the gameplay. Now, so I'm going to go back to the review. So overall, as I said before, the Guardians level is probably out of the other levels in the DLC for Lego Marvel Super Heroes 2. It's probably my favourite. I do enjoy of how this level adapts the first part of all the very, very beginning of the second Guardians movie. And yeah, I think it's a good way of translating a part of a movie to a game. And yeah, it kind of reminds me of the Ant-Man level and the Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. level, and how those two levels adapt parts of their respective TV show for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or movie for Ant-Man. And yeah, I think it's cool, and it's probably my own all-time favorite level in the DLCs. And yeah, I think it's one of those levels that it feels like a good mix of both long and short, because it's in that middle area, because you're mainly on just one platform area, and it doesn't feel too quick. It doesn't feel too slow. It's one of those things that it's like, okay, I feel like a Guardians of the Galaxy or something like that. So yeah, it's an enjoyable thing. I do enjoy it. I think it's a very fun, small level, and it's quite enjoyable. So yeah, so that's been my review for the Lego Guardians of the Galaxy 2 level. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.